So 2024 is the first year of me being a pro content creator. And so this is my camera bag, and this is everything that I bring with me to a professional shoot. So my go-to camera setup is what I'm shooting on right now. This is a Sony a6700 with the Sigma 18-50 f2.8 lens. This body and lens combo has proven to be the best at all-around kind of hybrid shooting, run and gun, pretty much everything that I do, this camera setup does for me. The Sigma 18-50 f2.8 is such a good Swiss Army knife lens. It gets the job done in almost every situation. The Sony 6700 is an absolute tank, does everything that I ask it to do, photos and videos, such a great improvement from my previous camera. And I honestly believe it's the best APS-C hybrid camera on the market right now. With this system, I've done all of the shoots for this year. I've done portrait photography, I've done corporate event shooting, I've done documentary work. All of it's been done with this system and I've had absolutely no issues. It's over exceeded my expectations and I can't recommend the Sony a6700 and the Sigma 18-50 as a combo anymore. The next thing that I carry with me in my camera bag is my FAL Cam F22 cage setup. This is my behind the camera rig for my 6700. I use the F22 cage, the side grip, and the top grip as my rig whenever I'm full-time behind the camera. Having a rig for your camera is super helpful as a videographer. It makes it super easy to get those smooth and cinematic shots, and it makes your camera much more ergonomic when carrying it around for sometimes hours on end. There's a lot of great cage manufacturers out there, Small Rig, Tilta, Newer. I decided to go for the FAL Cam setup because of the F22 quick release. Being able to take apart and reassemble my rig in seconds is a super big plus as somebody who is constantly on the go when shooting. FAL Cam has a lot of really great F22 accessories and I can't recommend checking them out enough. If you're interested in anything that you see in this video from my rig setup, check it out in the description. Next up is audio gear that I bring with me. So I have two mics, and these two mics have been the mics that I've used the entirety of my videography career, and that is what you're listening to right now, which is the Rode Wireless Go 2. These wireless lav mics have been such a lifesaver and such a game changer in making videos and shooting interviews and shooting videos like this. The quality is much clearer than on a shotgun mic. You don't have to worry about picking up background noise like this podcast that I have on in the background. And it's super good for being able to mic up people for interviews because it's super low profile. I mean, the mic pack is literally this big. So giving it to somebody, to them to mic up for a little quick interview is super fast. For 70-80% of situations, these mics are so good for recording anything that requires dialogue like this. But when it's run and gun, when it's in the field, when it's just ambient noise that I'm looking for, or whatever the case may be, where I can't mic somebody up with these mics, I use this compact Rode shotgun mic that I picked up from Best Buy when I was first getting into video. This is the first mic that I ever bought, and I think given the price and given the age of it, it's still pretty good for what it is. But it does a really good job at being really small and compact and lightweight, so adding it to my rig is no big deal. And it's good for picking up ambient sounds for whenever I shot a conference a few months back. I used this mic a pretty good bit. Just helpful for getting run and go audio that you can use in your edit later on. There's a lot of great microphones out there and a lot of great companies who make them. Everything that I have is from Rode. I really like Rode products, but it's not so much about who makes the mics. It's more so about having these two kinds of mics, the wireless lapel / lavalier system and a shotgun mic for on top of your camera. Next in my camera bag, which is kind of a new thing for me, is stationaries. I can't even explain how often having pen and paper has really been helpful during shoots. From being able to give out your contact information, to being able to jot down a quick shot list, to being able to make a sign that says where something is happening. Pen and paper has become a part of my everyday carry in general, and so it just makes sense that it follows into my camera setup. For myself personally, I'm a Sharpie S-Gel pen guy, and then I carry just like a Moleskine little note journal-y type deal, or sometimes a set of field notes. It's not so important on who makes the stationery, it's more important of just having it. Lastly, in my camera bag is just some accessories that everybody needs as a filmmaker and photographer. We're looking at SD cards, camera batteries, card readers, chargers, USB-C cables, filters, microfiber cloths, and all of the standard things that you need to carry with you as a videographer. These are things that are not flashy, super easy to overlook, but they are the worst if you forget them, especially if you leave home with a dry camera, no card, no battery. The worst, so you have to make sure that these things stay in your bag. and just make sure that you're always stocked up. Make sure that your microfiber is not dingy. Make sure that your USB-C cable is not frayed. Make sure that all of the stuff that makes the back end of the production go correctly, make sure you've got it in your bag. It's super important, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. Wrapping the video up, we'll lastly talk about the bag itself. This is a Ulanzi camera sling. I think it's like a 6-liter. I've got photos of it popped up on screen. To be completely honest with you, I purchased this bag on a whim because I was going to shoot the conference that I've mentioned in this video a few times. I needed a safe and protective place to pack my camera equipment for the travel, and I also needed a bag that I could carry around with me in the conference venue. That way I had access to all of my gear that wasn't too intrusive on my mobility and just bumping people's space. We all know how big and bulky camera bags can be. I really like this bag. It's done a pretty good job for me so far, and it fits the setup that I have right now perfectly. The trouble with that is I can't really add any more gear to this setup in this bag, so that's where it gets a little bit mixy with a sling. But for what I need to shoot everyday kind of content, or just run and gun, don't really know what I'm shooting type of days or whatever the case may be, the sling is super good for that. The bag is water resistant, which I think is super important in a camera bag. Has a lot of really good organization features, and also has thick enough straps where I can add my FAL Cam F22 backpack clip to it, so that way I can go hands-free camera carrying. So that is what's in my camera bag, kind of 2024 / also first ever camera bag. I've never owned a camera bag before. This is the first bag that I've ever bought that's a dedicated camera bag. So this is the first camera bag video that I've ever made, which is pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm Austin. I'm a filmmaker and photographer based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The link to my production company website is in the description. Check out my work. And if you're in the area and you want to work together, just drop a comment and let me know, and we will figure something out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Everything that I talked about, or as much as I can find links for, is in the description if you're interested in any of the gear. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Austin, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.